Hi, Ashik. Good morning. Can you hear us? You're on mute.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So let's give me a second here. Are you able to see my screen, Tanisha?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. Just give me a second. We'll start. All right, Tanisha. I'll let you to
Awesome.
kickstart the second part of the session. Please go ahead.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had enough time to grab, a quick snack and a coffee. So I'm happy to introduce Ashek Mahmood, who has founded and scaled multiple technology platforms and consulting practices across industrial, banking, distribution, and public sectors. Today, he focuses on Canadian industry transformations with hybrid cloud and AI to help clients implement next-generation customer service, connect operations, and new business models for growth. Previously, he led digital transformation in Canada with industry first mobile and IoT applications. And he is a recipient for 3 patents in the area of AI computer vision, 3D objects cloud, and industrial IoT edge. He's also an advisory council member for multiple global tech startups and innovation incubators with the utmost passion for future skills and ecosystem development. Ishak, the floor is all yours. Please enlighten us with insights on how edge computing enables 5G and AI for industries.
Thank you, everyone, for having me. This is my second session with the Test Topper community, so really great to be back. Thanks, everyone in the organization team. This is a great event, and hopefully you're enjoying the event so far. Let me share my screen because I have a small presentation. Okay, you guys see my slides?
Yes, we can, Ashik.
So let me just go to the share mode. Okay, that looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so today I want to talk about how edge applications are enabling 5G and AI technologies for connected industries. So my name is Ashik Mahmood. I'm a partner in IBM Consulting in IBM Canada, and I'm leading the charge for AI transformation for our Canadian clients. Now, operation-intensive industries are transforming themselves with AI-powered IoT application. As you know, IoT provides a lot of sensors that generates a lot of data. You need low latency, massive bandwidth, and edge processing often to achieve the desired performance and throughputs with those data. There's a lot of emerging technology solutions that are coming out, like 5G, AI, machine learning, optimized hardware, accelerated for these type of solutions, software that you can containerize and deploy anywhere. But how do you bring all of these things together? So the future that we are building is really an architecture that's open, but that connects all these technologies based on open standards. So we can really unleash the potential of data and AI and advanced computation. So what do I mean by all that? So let's start to dive in a little bit. Now, if you're not familiar with the term edge computing, what edge computing means is basically bringing data and intelligence and insight real time by bringing computation closer to the point of action. Basically, where the data is generated, can I bring the compute very close to that, so very fast you can get the feedback. If you look at the picture I have, on the left side you have what we call all these edge devices. So that could be a TV or car, that could be a machinery in an industry, that could be a number of things, like even your phone. Now these devices are generating a lot of data, and then how do you now capture insight from these data? Now initially, basically, the idea was, okay, all this data is going to go to the cloud, and I'm going to run the processing on the cloud. But as we see, sometimes you need feedback very fast. So for example, if you have video analytics where basically real time, I have to basically do, let's say, face mask detection in indoor right now. How do I basically capture real-time video and in the real time creates an alert when somebody doesn't have face mask, given video is such bandwidth consuming data? What now started to become popular is this edge servers, where you can bring the compute into a computer that's closer to these devices. Think about the cars, right? So as you know, the cars right now generates a lot of sensory data from the cameras in the cars, from all the telematics devices. So now the cars, if you want to create a self-driving car that has to basically real-time process what's happening nearby and make a decision, then some of the compute has to happen inside the car. And then now the car basically becomes not just an edge device, but also an edge server to process some of those. Now, another thing that's becoming popular is basically with 5G. Not only 5G is creating a new bandwidth that basically will allow us to transfer a lot more data very fast, but at the same time, 5G is an opportunity for the telcos to recreate their telco satellite infrastructures. And what they're creating is a software-driven infrastructure in every satellites where basically the 5G processing happens. And in those cell towers, now you can put edge computing and you can process data and run AI applications. And this is a new concept that we call edge cloud. So basically, it's not as far as sending your data all the way to a cloud, like in AWS, IBM, Google, Azure type of cloud, because that would be pretty far. So the car sending a data to a data center in Dallas when the car is in Toronto, that's pretty far to do real-time processing. But if you're in Brampton and basically this TELUS and Bell have basically a 5G cell tower within few meters of the car, now that cell tower can run an AI application that helps the car process the video analytics and provide real-time feedback for the car to take an action. So that's a very new concept. If you want to Google something, you can Google this word called MEC, which is basically mobile. It has a couple of definitions. So some call it mobile edge computing, and some call it multi-access edge computing. And at IBM, we are partnering with all the telcos globally and in Canada to create this MEC where basically you can create AI applications on the edge, taking advantage of the 5G cell network. Now, what type of applications can you create for connected industries? So the areas that we believe you get the biggest bang for your buck, especially in Canada, is the industries that are basically heavy industries with a lot of asset distributed operation, such as oil and gas, transportation, manufacturing, where basically you can bring a lot of these type of solutions and create a lot of value for Canadian industries. So the applications like asset management, predictive analytics, visual inspection with video analytics are becoming very popular. And then again, at the beginning, these applications were running on-prem, then these applications started running on the cloud, and now we are bringing some of those applications to the edge. So the world is becoming very hybrid in that nature, and that IBM, we call it hybrid cloud. And the idea of a hybrid cloud is the compute should run where it makes sense, but the application should be created in a way that is very portable and you can run anywhere. But you can only build once with an open standard. That's basically what we're pushing for at IBM. And we're creating a lot of these accelerators that basically will help you create these applications very fast, and start to get to the use cases that are basically more futuristic but starting to become reality, like digital twin, automation, and robotics. If I go just a little bit deeper on the type of accelerators we're working on with IBM Research, IBM Consulting, and IBM product families, are basically, if you look at the bottom, you have the edge devices, the edge server, the 5G edge cloud, the public cloud. Then on the top of that is this open container-based hybrid cloud platform, as I was talking about. How do I create applications that I would build once and run in all these type of different deployment patterns without creating unique application for every type of deployment patterns from cloud to edge? Because what we want is the industry to use one standard that with the developer ecosystem can really focus on learning one set of open tool versus getting locked down in multiple tools that will become proprietary and does not bring the same values as the workload starts to move. And to help those, we start to create a lot of developer kits, again, using the open standards. We started to create studios that allows the data scientists, the application developers to quickly create data models, AI models. And then we start to create this app composer that allows the business users, the industry SMEs, to quickly compose applications and connect with different industry application components. And if you bring all those stacks together, we're working with a number of clients in Canada that basically created their platform, they created their practice, and then they're rolling out these type of solutions like digital twin, predictive maintenance, visual inspection, robotics, and so on. So let's talk a little bit about robotics. You may have seen Spot, the robot from Boston Dynamics. It became pretty popular end of December with the dancing robots that came out on YouTube and went viral. Now it's obviously that was for marketing, but the big purpose is that this is an industrial robot. And what we actually call it is a cobot. This robot can work together with human, and the robot can go to the tough spots and detect things, inspect things, like let's say pipeline detection in an oil and gas plant, or go inside a mine and capture a lot of data. And what IBM is doing is, again, helping creating the AI applications that runs on the edge with this type of data, and create things like inspection, leak detection, this type of solution. And the other use case that are becoming popular, and you'll hear quite a bit about, is digital twin. What is digital twin? Digital twin is basically creating digital model of physical objects. For example, think about a car manufacturing. Now you can create basically a virtual application that can simulate everything that happens inside the car from production to running on the road. And by creating a digital twin of the car, 3D models, as well as basically process twins and service twins, you can basically really start to see how the car will operate in real physical world and ensure product quality and link products with the real-time physical systems, and continue to improve your products and services. It's becoming very popular. You can Google and see a lot of videos around digital twins for, let's say, the BMW is one popular example. So I will show one more slide, and then I will show some videos, a couple of minutes in the videos. When we work with our clients, it's very important where you really look at things from a lens of business value. So that means from a future skills perspective for the test topper communities and the Canadian basically workforce, it's not just all about writing code. It's not all, which is obviously a key part of creating these applications. Software development would be a key competencies, machine learning, AI model development. But a significant amount of work also goes to create the value, define the value, working with the business stakeholders, really understand what are the opportunities, what are the business requirements, what is the risk of implementation, what are the key ROIs, and work with the subject matter experts to understand how these type of things work in real world. For example, there's a project where we're doing inspection of a train, and we need the SMEs to tell us what's a defect, or when you inspect a wheel, or when you inspect a brake system, and then we take those knowledge and creating AI models, so now the AI can find the outcome. But then to get to that models on a business logic perspective, a lot of business analyst type of work that happens. So at IBM, we hire all type of skills, from developers to data scientists, to business consultants, as well as industry SMEs, to really put these type of solutions together. Okay. How am I doing for time? I have a couple of videos I could show, but depending on the time, I may show one or the
No,
other.
we have time. We have another 5 minutes, including Q&A. I have a couple of questions to ask you, but I'll do that after this video, please.
Okay. So let me show you maybe a couple of examples that really brings it to reality. So let's look at the rail example. We partnered with one of the largest North American railways to develop a connected edge operation platform by automating the train car inspection. Using the AI Vision platform, we deployed advanced AI models on the edge in the most remote areas to inspect the trains in real time and make key operational and safety decisions. My name is Claudia. I'm a managing consultant at IBM and the product owner for the railway project. In order to inspect a train manually, the on-site inspector would have to stop the train and spend over 4 hours walking up and down the train. With the increasing reliance on railway transportation, the inspection workers were unable to scale the process across North America to meet the demand. They engaged the client early on in their AI journey to develop a custom-built solution using our AI Vision platform. We worked alongside industry experts to build AI models to perform safety inspections, monitor the condition of assets, and measure key regulation components. In total, we deployed over 50 use cases on the edge that consisted of over 150 models that processed thousands of images per train in under 20 minutes. So the key here is when a train goes in that portal that has all the cameras, we have 15 minutes to capture 10,000s of images, run 200 plus models to identify 100 plus defects. So all of those data that's captured, the tens of thousands of images, have to process right there. So we set up an edge compute infrastructure right there, deploy all the models right there. Those data cannot come to cloud process, and the solution cannot go back. And this is where 5G is going to enable these type of things even more. I just want to show you a website. This is basically the website on the robots. So there's also another interesting video on that where the robots goes and does the inspection. And then maybe I'll show you a little bit about the partnership with the telco. Since this is a 5G one, I'll show this one a little bit. I think if you have any questions, you can keep going. I'll just turn off the sound and we can start talking.
Thanks, Shay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I went first. As you know, it was always a challenge when you go first to set the stage so that the story follows. So in my story, I did talk about the use cases and applications from the industrial automation point of view, connected industries and automation point of view. So in that journey, I also walked them through, what are we really trying to achieve is to really, achieve a fully connected physical, digital, and human world. That's what something that I talked about. What are the examples that you're showing here are connecting the physical world to the digital world? I would also like to understand from your perspective, is there any work done also to bring the human world attribute into this mix, like immersive communication, cognition, like intentions, desires, and mood, and so on?
Yeah, so what today I talked is more around sort of physical objects and assets and how are we digitizing that, creating digital twin, and bringing values. That's and then what you are asking right now is exactly what I'm working on today, but that's not what I presented. What we're also working on quite a bit is what we call it is sort of human service transformation, or to think about all the use cases now around us trying to like basically reach out. Just think about customer service. That's like, you have any challenges, you call a call center, you wait in a line for an hour, and then you tell people all kind of things going on. So we are also helping on that fashion where AI can understand from your voice. Your voice becomes your biometrics. So let's start with that. Use that your voice as your password, and then understanding your tone, like really making decisions based on tone analytics and processing natural language. And then basically record all of that, and based on that make decisions. So a lot of work is happening on that. Now that those type of works right now are happening mostly on the cloud, but I do see a future when a lot of those type of work also starts to come on the edge, and potentially start coming into your phone. Basically, think about the example of Siri and Alexa. Now, how can I take it to the next step where these things can start to become truly your personal assistant in an industrial manner? And then those robots and things like that is a start. What we're putting in those robots is things like not just visual inspection, but things like smell detector, or things like basically that voice command. That's why we call them a cobot. Basically, they work hand in hand with human, and they do have to understand a lot of the human emotion and tones to work in those industrial fashions. So definitely a lot of emerging work that is happening. Obviously, natural language understanding from human is probably one of the toughest problem to solve. So that's why you'll see, initial chatbots and voice that are very kind of template based. We're trying to make it very open, but it is a difficult problem just because we talk in different language and we mean different things by saying the same words. But definitely a lot of work happening.
Yeah, thanks, Ashik. Thanks for your time. Because you joined a little bit late, you kind of covered everything that I set the tone for, but this one piece was missing, so I really had to ask this question to you. And I'm looking forward to our next meetup where we can dwell details into this human attributes aspects of connected intelligence that we wanted to really achieve in this industry. Thanks a lot for your time. Let's see. The next we have Jonathan to go. I just wanted to check if Jonathan is able to join. He's saying, is there a dial-in number? Maybe you could do the slide turn while I speak. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I need to call Jonathan. He has some technical issues. Who's our fourth speaker for today? Let me share the screen. So Navi and Jaspreet, what we will do is I'll let you guys to go with the rest of the presentation. I'll try to coordinate with Jonathan, and I'll come back to this. Okay, so I'll leave the floor to you.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, we'll start off with Farhan there. Farhan, I trust you're enjoying the session. We all know that you've been one of the most impactful volunteers at Testoper community, giving back selflessly. So we just want to know, why did you join and support the Testoper community as a volunteer?
That's a great question. Can you guys hear me? Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, no, great question there. I've been doing a lot of mentoring and a lot of volunteer work, not just here in Canada, in Africa as well, from Kenya, where I'm from. And when Kader approached me and told me what his vision was of this organization, that really appealed to me, and his selfless giving towards this cause, as well as him wanting to see people succeed, is something that I love to do as well. So I joined this a little skeptical when he called me, out of the blue, in terms of, would you like to join this organization? And at that time, I had been laid off, so I was like, thinking that this is one of those recruitments where, uh, they just wanted to get information and join an organization that wasn't anything like this. But I looked into it, joined, no regrets, enjoyed it thoroughly. And because I love mentoring people, this has helped me as well to meet new people, mentor new people as well in different aspects. And the organization is set up like an enterprise entity where we've got multiple departments all functioning really well, just like an enterprise organization that is, like a private organization. But this is all voluntary based, and we've got very passionate people all around. And like I said, no regrets, enjoyed this, and it's been a great journey for me. Back to you.
Thanks so much for sharing, Farhan. Now, good day, Divyash. So I'd just like to call on you. We all know that you've been an inspiration to individual attendees and a great example of a leader, just like Farhan. You've held various leadership positions in Ericsson, Rogers, and TELUS. And in addition to being a volunteer, a speaker, we see you in many Testoper programs as an attendee as well. So may I ask you to share why?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the introduction. Basically,
Sorry, I think you might have cut off. Can you just repeat that again?
audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
speak. No.
yeah, you're
Direct.
audible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your voice is
because
cutting.
all the network switched. Sorry about that. Okay, so when this idea was conceived, it was a great idea to to support the community and the new generation coming up in Canada, to introduce them into the technology industry. As I've been in the industry for 20 years, I have got the mentorship from many people. Those have helped me kind of leading my path in my career. So I just thought that it was a great opportunity to give it back to the community. And it's a great platform the way Testoper is set up. Everybody, it's not only the tech entrepreneurs, but everybody, like including a student, a new immigrant, a new career professional. Everybody gets an opportunity to learn something here. And along with that, even after 20 years of experience, I get to learn so many things. I get to meet so many people. So it's a learning platform for everybody. So I just feel it's a win-win platform for me to come in and impart my knowledge with few people, and certainly at the same time I get to learn many things. That's the value I feel in Testoper, and I'm here for. Thank you.
Thank
That's really
you.
true. Thanks, Divnash. All right, so we appreciate you all joining and learning from today's session, but to further our Testoper community purpose, we need more from you.
Sorry, I'm doing multiple tasks here. Apologies. Yeah, go ahead.
We also want to call out our website. So if you want to learn more about the Testoper community, what we do, and to see some of our achievements, please visit our website. So the link is right there. So it's testopper.com/statistics.
Follow us on social media as well. Join and support us in any capacity by reaching out to Testoper at testoper.com and programs at testoper.com.
Thank you, Tanisha. I mean, I just also wanted to kind of bring up this one single topic within Testoper community. We focus on 5 keywords. What we normally try to achieve is we try to help every person to become a part of tech ecosystem future workforce. And we do that by enabling the future skills and innovation and ensure that we make sure that we enable the continuous learning mindset as well within the process of enabling the future skills and innovations. That's what we do. And we do this as an open community, completely run by volunteers, no full-time employees. And it's all people, us coming together, learning together, and achieving the growth together. So what we are also going to do is, we kindly request you to fill in this survey. Jonathan is in line with me. I'm going to work with him to figure out a way that we are going to have him to present next 10 to 15 minutes. His information is very valuable for us from the Canadian market point of view to understand, how the wireless internet service providers are really helping, connecting the unconnected in Canadian context point of view. So please take your time, 2 or 3 minutes to fill the survey. Just wanted to remind you that we will have a raffle for those who are filling the survey. The top 8 selected will get $25 gift card from Wave Labs. Just wanted to kind of share that with you all. With that, let's take a couple of minutes break. Please hold on and wait for Jonathan to share the screen and share his insights with us. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes.